Colorado state law limits how local law enforcement can work with immigration agents. They found a workaround, though, with Loveland Police, where the ATF used Loveland's license plate tracking cameras to do searches for ICE. Our Spencer Soysher spoke with a state senator interested in closing that legal loophole that's large enough you can drive an ICE van through it.
The Loveland Police Department uses these flock license plate reading cameras to help catch lawbreakers. But did LPD just help the feds break Colorado law?
Colorado has a law that makes very clear our law enforcement does law enforcement and doesn't do work on behalf of immigration enforcement.
Loveland Police chooses to share its camera data with other agencies across the country. In return, LPD receives access to a database where it can search nationwide data. Earlier this year, LPD gave the ATF access to its Flock network account. And then in late April, an agent identified in a Flock audit only by A.Bro began running searches in the system under the Loveland account for ICE.
The ATF did run the search. They did not follow state law. There was nothing in the system they used to stop them. So whose fault is that? Is that ATF? Is that Flock? Is it LPD?
Democratic State Senator Janice Marchman represents Loveland.
I know they think they followed the law, and I think there might be some gray area in the law.
The ATF does not have a Flock account and admits it was running searches for ICE. But the ATF says the searches were part of investigations of violent offenders. Colorado law does allow information sharing if it's part of a criminal investigation.
When it doesn't make sense is when you see ATF has done a search for ICE, because we know that ICE enforcement is civil. And in Colorado, under our state law, it is not a crime to be undocumented.
The ATF won't identify A.Bro, but says the bro is theirs.
I was concerned.
Marchman understands the fears of ICE backdooring its way into these systems, but she doesn't blame Loveland Police.
The state legislature has to take it upon ourselves to clarify this.
She thinks there needs to be law changes, laws that prevent data from being misused and that better monitor what's being accessed.
And again, this is probably more with requiring more of Flock if they're going to do business here with public entities in Colorado.
This could have implications beyond Loveland. Agencies like Denver, Boulder, and a bunch of others around the state share access with Loveland. If ICE has access through the ATF in Loveland, it's certainly possible it could search Denver's Flock data. Kyle, I asked Loveland Police multiple times today if it still allows the ATF to use its account. Never got an answer.
Interesting. This reminds me in some ways of the case out of Mesa County that we're also covering, where you got a teenage girl who gets pulled over by a sheriff's deputy, and then word through a group chat gets to ICE, then ICE grabs the girl.
Right, and I asked the Attorney General today if he was investigating the Loveland ICE searches. He declined to answer, but said his office is investigating that Mesa County case. Senator Marchman thought both cases were very similar with the balance of how do you share important information between federal and local agencies while not breaking state law or violating anyone's civil rights.
Stuff's getting worked out in real time. Appreciate you following it, Spencer. Thank you.